a serene island of 23 million, a vibrant democracy, the heart of global semiconductor production, peaceful, prosperous, but surrounded by growing shadows. To the east, a rising power calls it unfinished business. To the west, a fragile line of defense. This isn't just a political dispute. It's the fuse beneath a global order. And that island is Taiwan. Let's dive into the fault lines, the history, and the quiet storm that could change everything. Taiwan, a self-ruled democracy of 23 million, just 100 miles off the Chinese mainland. At first glance, a small island, but in reality, the most dangerous flashpoint in the world today. If war breaks out over Taiwan, it won't just be a local fight. It will reshape the global order, militarily, economically, even ideologically. Both China and the United States claim to want peace, but both are preparing for war, and neither side is willing to back down. To understand why Taiwan matters to China, you have to go back to 1949. That year, the Chinese Civil War ended. The communists took the mainland. The defeated nationalist forces fled to Taiwan and declared themselves the true government of China. Since then, two governments, two systems, and one unresolved question: who is the real China? Beijing sees Taiwan as a breakaway province, but more than that, as a challenge to the legitimacy of the Communist Party itself. So long as Taiwan remains outside Beijing's control, the Chinese Revolution is incomplete. Xi Jinping has tied national rejuvenation to reunification. It's no longer just a strategic objective, it's a political and ideological necessity. And here's my take. China has been silently preparing for this for decades. Its rise wasn't just about prosperity, it was about power. A means to eventually take back Taiwan on China's terms. China doesn't want a messy invasion, if it can avoid one. Instead, it's applying the strategy it's used for centuries: subdue the enemy without fighting. Beijing is isolating Taiwan diplomatically, surrounding it militarily, and threatening it psychologically. At the same time, it's building the world's largest navy, developing anti-access missile systems, dominating the chip and rare earth supply chains, and weaponizing trade. Why? Because when the time comes, China wants the world and the US to think twice. The message will be clear: try to stop us, and you lose more than you gain. China doesn't need to win a war. It just needs to make the cost of intervention unbearable. And if you look closely, that's exactly what it's doing. Now let's talk about the United States. Yes, the US still has unmatched power projection. 11 aircraft carriers, a vast nuclear arsenal, deep alliances across Asia, and unrivaled submarine capabilities. The US has signed security pacts with Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, and Australia. It supplies arms to Taiwan under the Taiwan Relations Act. It monitors the Taiwan Strait and runs freedom of navigation operations to remind Beijing that the Pacific is still contested. So no, the US is not powerless. But here's the catch. Power doesn't mean focus. This is where my perspective sharpens. I believe China will take Taiwan, not by chance, but by long-term design. And I believe the US is not ready to stop it. Why? Because Washington is stretched thin. Years of Middle East wars, now Ukraine, now Israel-Gaza. Billions spent. Weapons stockpiles drained, political will fractured. And while the US plays world's warmonger, China has kept its eyes on one target: Taiwan. In the process, the US has lost credibility in parts of the world. Its foreign policy often looks reactive, not strategic. And many countries in the global south no longer view America as the global moral leader. China knows this, and it's waiting, not for a green light, but for the perfect storm. Taiwan's defenses are strong but finite. Its geography favors defense, but only if it has help. And the US must decide, will it truly defend Taiwan when the moment comes? Because the moment is coming. Maybe not this year, maybe not next. But when the US is distracted, vulnerable, or divided, that's when Beijing will act. And at that point, the choice won't be between war and peace. It will be between action and irrelevance. This isn't just a regional dispute, it's a global test of will, vision, and long-term planning. China sees reunification as destiny. The US sees Taiwan as a red line, but only one of them has been playing the long game. The real question isn't if China will move, it's whether anyone will be ready when it does.